All right, so this one's not going to be too crazy long, but I was on the Chive here, and I'm scrolling through this particular um, thread, and it's basically I come to this one here, and this one here is the cringe. It burns. Okay, sometimes when Raoul is pooping, I will come and sit on his lap and yell, "Get out of my boyfriend!" at his poop. Today, while doing this, Raoul was like, "Wait, I want this to be my new profile picture." So here they are. Now, I think this is an interesting topic, and I don't think it's something that has ever um, really been researched that much. At least I can't find much research on it. So I'm going to give my thoughts on this because my wife watches a lot of these veterinarian shows where it's like, Dr. K or Dr. Paul or whatever, all these shows about veterinarians. And very often and almost uniformly, you will hear or see or somehow the women on these shows, the women veterinarians, the women owners of these pets and animals, the animal's got some problem and it's pooping or crapping or doing something. And the women always seem to respond. And I say always, obviously not always, but more frequently than the men. That's for darn sure. They will respond and they'll be like, "Oh, this cute little doggy. Oh, look at the cute little poopies," or stuff like that. And it's like, they seem to have a they're drawn to this poop. They're drawn to fecal matter to some extent. Now, I'm not saying that they're like, grabbing it and rolling around in it or rubbing it all over their body. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that they don't find it repulsive. They don't find it like, "Oh my God, look at this thing. It's crapping all over the freaking place. What is going on here?" Okay. If I had an animal and it was crapping all over the place, I'd be like, "Get this freaking animal out of here. This is totally disgusting." Okay. And I don't think that I'm the only person who would respond that way. But a lot of times you will see women and they're like, "Oh, ha, 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 how funny, how cute, whatever." So it's had me wondering. And then I see posts like this where, the guy's crapping away on the toilet and she's like jumping on his lap and yelling at the poop and whatever. So I can't help but wonder, like, why is this? What is going on here? Now, you could say it's something sexual, and obviously there are people out there that have particular fetishes for this kind of thing, but I don't think it's that. And here's what I really do think it is. And I'm being 100% serious here. And if I was a scientist in this area, I would actually study this. I think that women are drawn to, and again, I don't mean anything like, "Oh my God, I need it. I need that poop." That's not what I'm saying. But I think that they do not find it as repulsive and repugnant as men do because women get pregnant and women have babies. And as a species, the human baby is born when it's still underdeveloped. So it requires parental attention for years. And the first part of life, it is basically just sitting there. And all it is really is a machine that needs to be fed. And then it poops. And it poops all over the place. And then it gets fed again. And then it poops again. And then it gets fed again. And then it poops again. So genetically, I think there's something within women that kind of draws them to that, or at least does not make them be repulsed by it. So that when they have these babies, they will stay there and they will take care of this baby and they will not see that as something that they need to flee from. Because again, it's very weird that something like fecal matter, which does contain lots of bacteria, it can contain parasites, it can contain a whole bunch of other things. Um, you can get, bloodborne illnesses, whatever. So it seems like something that as a species you would avoid. You would want to have a proclivity to get away from it. But I think the fact that women, more so than men, from what I see, don't. I think there must be something genetic, and I think that that's what it is. I think it's that women need to take care of these babies. So nature has obviously factored in that it needs women to see this as something not bad, or something that they are drawn to in some way, because they're drawn to it so they will clean up the babies when the babies start crapping all over the place, so that it keeps the baby healthy. And I do wish that there was actually some more information and more study done on this, because I think there's probably something there from a genetic standpoint that drives to this. And I think that it's something that ultimately, while I may not understand it, I do believe it's there. I absolutely believe this premise. I'm not trying to be funny, but I think that that is what is going on, and I think that's why I see far more females than males responding in the way that they do on these shows or in some of these posts and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. So if anybody knows any research on it, then feel free to send it my way. Although nobody will, because nobody ever watches these videos.